Online cannabis sales and delivery could soon be more widespread in BC with a potential regulator change for cannabis retailers. For more on this, let's go to Business in Vancouver's Tyler Orton. Good morning, Tyler. So we know government retailers are already doing this in BC, and now private businesses could be next.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've seen that this has actually taken place in Ontario as of April, and now BC Solicitor General Mike Farnworth says that changes are being considered for British Columbia as well. So take a look at Vancouver-based retailer Choom, a private retailer which has an outlet in Ontario. And since the changes made in that province, they are now getting 50% of sales from Ontario. Also, cannabis company here in Vancouver, it's also having outlets in Ontario, and it counts about 30% of its sales coming from there. CEO Jeff Donnelly says the BC government outlets simply can't meet demand for the province, which is why we're seeing a bit of that shift on towards other opportunities for private retailers. And the latest data shows that legal cannabis sales hit a record $23.5 billion in March. That's 8 times more than it was a year previous. So we definitely know that there is a market here in this province.
Absolutely. The numbers say it all. All right, let's shift gears, Tyler, to the announcement from BC's finance minister on helping small businesses avoid evictions during the pandemic. What are the new measures and the concerns around them?
Well, think about it this way. Right now, we do have federal measures, and those are covering 50% of the costs split between Ottawa and the province. But landlords are expected to absorb 25% of rent. So many landlords simply are not applying for the federal programs. That's been a big sticking point for many of those small businesses. But BC Finance Minister Carol James says small businesses that have lost at least 70% of revenue will be protected from eviction as of yesterday. And companies won't be subject to repayment lawsuits as well as repossession of goods and property. But I have to say this. The issue is if a company is losing at least 70% of revenue, what are the chances they're going to make it to the other side of the pandemic? That's a very concerning thing right now. And that's why I do suspect that more government measures are going to be needed from both the federal level as well as the provincial level if we want a lot more of these small businesses to survive throughout this economic crisis.
Yeah, absolutely. They really do seem to be taking it one step at a time, but are acknowledging more needs to be done. Good point you highlighted there. All right, Business in Vancouver's Tyler Orton. Thanks as always.
Thank you, you too.